Hi everyone, this is Jody, and as I explained in my previous video, I hosted our annual Christmas tag swap for my paper crafting group here in Parker, Colorado, and several of my ladies participated in it. And I'd like to share with you today the wonderful tags that they created. We have about 24 of them. So this first tag was created by Karen of this darling vintage snow angel. And I love how she took some glitter and outlined the angel's wings and her coat. The background of this tag is really unique. She used a crackle finish on it, and she used a Martha Stewart sprig punch for the little branches behind the stars, and it is just adorable. She also created this second tag of these trees and using a stamp, and this stamp has special meaning to my group because we went on a weekend retreat in Estes Park in September, and where they sold this stamp, and it's a little bit different from the Tim Holtz tree stamp that's out there. And Karen used an embossing folder, the Swiss dot embossing folder, to create this, but she left the middle flat, so that enabled her to go ahead and stamp that image in the middle. Looks like the snowflakes are from a snowflake punch with some stickle accents and some real chunky glitter. I like that glitter that she used. It gives it a very cool effect. And great minds think alike, because Mari in our group took the same stamp and created this tag. And she explained to me a little bit about the process, that she used a distress technique for the background, and she did some embossing for those snowflakes and the trees. And I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up or not, but the trees have this very cool snowy look about them. And I'm not real sure what she used on that, but it is very, very cool. Just a beautiful tag. And Mari also created this tag, this time of this little snowman. Isn't he darling? Used some holographic snowflakes on that, and it looks like she took a script stamp and stamped the image onto some navy cardstock with a white ink pad. And that is just a darling, darling tag. I have some wonderful creative ladies in the group. They just do an outstanding job. This next tag I created, I had a stamp called Winter Wonderland, and that was the theme of our Christmas tag swap this year, using just 3 colors, blue, silver, and white. And I'm a big fan of spellbinders. And I used the Spellbinders Nestabilities 2011 Heirloom Ornaments die to create this tag. And they come in a package of all different sizes, so I used just 2 sizes. And on the smaller ornament, I stamped that with a stamp by Hero Arts called Winter Scene, and added some glitter and some fun trim on that. I created the second tag of this little reindeer, and this was also created with Spellbinders. This time the Nestabilities Labels 20 die, and the reindeer die was from Spellbinders Shapeabilities Frosty Forms die. And I had some old snowflakes that I'd had for a couple years, so it was great to finally get those out and put those to use. And I edged it with flat back pearls and added some little tiny pearls on his antlers, and made a little Winter Wonderland sign at the bottom, just using the computer for that. So that was fun to do. And this next tag, isn't this beautiful? This is a Madonna and Child. This tag was created by Patty, and she used some graphic 45 paper And a lot of us in the group are big fans of Graphic 45. They just have some gorgeous, gorgeous designs, and it's just quality paper. And I like how she used the tool trim, very clever, and accented it with flowers and some very cute embellishments. The joy that is at the bottom, she used the Storybook Cricut cartridge to cut those out. Just a great job. This next tag, oh my goodness, it is so pretty. Lots of sparkle, and it could even be used as an ornament. This tag was created by Elizabeth, and she used a die from SVG cut file using her Eclipse machine. It's like a little rosette, snowflake rosette, very delicate, and I just love that. She did a great job. This next tag was created by Susan, and Susan used, it looks like a holiday flourish stamp with stamp heat embossed, and a little snowflake punch for her to and from tag. Just a beautiful, beautiful tag, very shimmery. This next tag was created by Mary. Mary used a tree stamp for this one and accented it with stickles so it looks like little snowflakes dropping down. The snow, it looks like she used some puffy paint for the snow, very clever. And that is just another beautiful, beautiful tag. And again, great minds think alike, because Rhonda used the same stamp of trees to create this beautiful tag. And I'm dreaming of a white Christmas sentiment at the bottom, and it too is just really glittery and so nice. Just a really nice job. She also created this little snow angel. Isn't this adorable? I could just see that on a little kid's package. The image was cut from the Cricut Winter Frolic cartridge, and I love how she did the face. I could never, you know, just freehand the face like she did. She is so talented, and just a beautiful, beautiful tag. This next tag is created by Stephanie, and Stephanie used a die from the memory box called Country Landscape. A lot of us in the group are big fans of memory box because of their variety of designs, and memory box dies are pretty reasonable, so that's a favorite of ours. Stephanie also created this second tag, and this time she flattened a toilet paper roll, and it can be used as a gift card tucked in, maybe a Starbucks gift card. That little tab at the top can be pulled out to write your greeting on, and she included a little gingerbread boy, a little charm, cookie cutter like charm up in the upper right corner. And the mug was a stamp with a framelit to cut it out with, and that's from the current Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog. And I really like how she created the little paper rosette for its backing. It really makes the image pop. So great job on that. The next tag we have is from Joyce. And Joyce created this darling little snowman tag. And I really like how she coordinated the pattern paper with stamping up at the top and adding the snowflakes. Just really added some detail. Really nice work. This next tag is similar, also created by Joyce, the Season's Greetings. It has a lot of beautiful bling on it, and again she coordinated her pattern paper with her stamp set, and it's just a beautiful tag. This next tag is done by Melissa. Melissa cut this cute little snowman out using her silhouette. And she took strips of paper and adhered them down, then put it through the embossing folder with her Big Shot and added some shimmer. And it is so pretty. She added some bling to the little snowman's hat, and it's just a darling tag. This next tag, isn't she cute? This pretty little ice skater. This tag was created by Haiti, and I like how she did the snow on the bottom. I'm not sure if she used puffy paint, but it gives a really cool effect. And she added the trees and a little snowflake in the corner. That is just a darling tag. This next tag was created by Allison, and Allison used the Cricut cartridge Doodle Charm for the snow globe and the Winter Woodland cartridge for the buildings, and then she placed acetate over it, which really just made it just a beautiful tag. This next tag is made by Shasta. Look at this little polar bear, and he's cute. I really liked how she used 3 different embossing folders to create this tag. And the polar bear was used with the Joys of the Season Cricut cartridge. Just an adorable tag. And she also created this little snowman tag with little snowballs at the bottom. And this was used with the Frosty Friends Cricut cartridge. And again, I don't know how she freehanded that face, but it is just darling. Our next tag is created by Vanessa of these little snowmen. And Vanessa used a Stampin' Up! Stamp called Frosty Friends for this tag. And this stamp is also from their current holiday catalog. Vanessa did a second tag using the Ornament Keepsake bundle, which is a stamp set and framelits that cut the shape out, also from the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog, and she did some embossing for the background. Just a beautiful job. And last but not least is this beautiful tag made by Lisa of this vintage Santa Claus. She found the image online, and I love how she chose some chunky glitter, really gave it a vintage look. And that darling little chandelier charm in the upper left corner is just precious with the silk poinsettia. Some fun trim on the bottom. She did a great job on that. So, alright, so that's it from our group in Parker. And I hope you enjoyed seeing our tags. I wanted to go through them one by one to acknowledge the wonderful crafters that we have in our group. I'm so proud of all the work that they did and so appreciative. They really worked hard on these and got them to me, and we just have a great time, and this group is very important to me, and they know that. I tell them all the time how special they are to me, and it just adds great joy to my life. So anyway, with that said, happy holidays everyone. Please leave a comment, and I'll talk to you soon.